I'm James O'Brien, and this is the quadruped rock back exercise. In this exercise, you'll learn how to move through the shoulders and the hips without moving the spine. It's a good exercise for shoulder stability, core strength, and spinal strength, really your lumbar extensors in particular. All right, so to begin, what you'll do is you'll get into the quadruped position. So to correctly get into the quadruped position, you will have your hands beneath your shoulders and your knees beneath your hips. You'll then externally rotate the shoulder with your hands pointed forward. You will externally rotate the shoulders so that the tips of your elbows point backwards. That's pretty important, so remember that. I'm going to think about flattening out my upper back, keeping my long spine, and then I will pull the pubic bone up towards the belly button by tipping the pelvis. That's how I activate my core. Notice, however, when I do that, I don't over-round my back, all right? So I'm thinking about keeping my back flat like a tabletop, all right? And it helps to have a mirror, so you see I look over in the mirror to make sure I'm in good position. Once in this position, then you'll rock back as far as you can, keeping the low back, keeping the spine as flat as possible. So I can only rock back to about here before I want to start to round my back. All right? Some people are a little more flexible, they can go back further. But ultimately, you want to go back as far as possible without rounding your back. It's not the child's pose stretch. This is the child's pose yoga stretch. I'm not saying that's a bad exercise. This is just a different exercise with a different purpose. All right? This has a little bit more strengthening involved in it. So again, I'm going to lengthen my spine, externally rotate my shoulders with my hands pointed forward, tip the pelvis up towards me, and then from there, I'm going to rock back as far as I can, keeping that core engaged, and then I'm going to come back up. All right? I do this repeatedly. The other option is to get back into that position, keeping the back flat like a tabletop, and then to work on your breathing. Keeping that core on, in the nose, out the mouth, maybe staying there for like 30 seconds. Now, I know this looks pretty easy, but it's actually quite a bit of effort. It's a lot of effort to not just round the back, all right? To actually maintain that flat back posture with maintaining the core engagement and that nice long spine takes a fair amount of effort, all right? As you get better at this, you can start to bring your knees a little bit closer together, all right, which will require a little bit more hip mobility. And if you watch me here, I can go back a little bit less far. Probably right about to there. But I actually feel like my back muscles are working a lot harder to maintain that. So this is about where I should do the exercise. If you notice when you do this exercise, you get a little bit of pinching in the groin. What you'd want to do is separate the knees and then just bring the feet together, all right? Like this, all right? If you're not getting a pinching in the groin, you can start to bring those knees a little bit closer and closer. All right, guys, so that is the quadruped rock back exercise.